Welcome back for part 3 of the Stage 1 install on my 2021 Harley Iron 1200 Sportster. Now that we got the high flow air intake from S&S Cycles, the nice, great sounding, higher flowing staggered exhaust from Vance and Hines, the short shots, we need to recalibrate the ECU to adjust for these higher air ratios. To do that, we just use a tuner. Now, there's a couple different tuners out there you can go for. I'm not gonna recommend one or the other. I personally went for the Dynojet Power Vision for a lot of reasons. It is a little bit more expensive than the others, but in my opinion, it gives you more adjustability, more options to calibrate your system and really do it yourself if you have a computer and everything to hook it up to, which most of us do these days. So, this is the Power Vision from Dynojet itself. You don't even have to leave this on your motorcycle. You just need to plug it in, recalibrate your system, and then you're gonna be good to go. In order to do that, you have to order it with the appropriate plug for your motorcycle. For me, this is the 6-hole diagnostic plug for the newer edition Sportsters, and all it will do is plug into the diagnostic port on the motorcycle itself. We'll get it going. We will use one of the preloaded, or you can download a tune from Dynojet online, one of their tunes, the off-the-shelf tunes, and use it to readjust the ECU and recalibrate for my motorcycle. One of the fun things, easy things I guess, is you can go onto Dynojet and check out what tunes they have of their off-the-shelf ones. For me, since we're doing the Vance and Hines short shots with a high flow air intake, there's actually one for them right at the bottom of their list of 10. For the XL 1200 Sportster, high flow air cleaner, and the Vance and Hines short shots staggered. So they already have the right tune necessary for a Stage 1 install on this. All you gotta do is plug in the Dynojet Power Vision, recalibrate the ECU, and then you can unplug it and be back on your way without this thing being stuck on your motorcycle forever. The diagnostic port itself is located right underneath this cover. So all you gotta do is pull the cover off, we'll plug it in, and we'll recalibrate the ECU. For me, we'll see, I might have to take off my little single-sided swing arm saddlebag. Try to say that 10 times fast, right? And get to this, but I may not. At any rate, you will have to take off your seat, again, pull this off, and then plug things into your diagnostic port. So, without further ado, I'm gonna get to it. Try to get this thing off without removing my little saddlebag, and if I have to, I'll just pull this off and we'll get to the access port. Not a big deal. So, here we go. It makes it really easy when you have one of these thumb screws used to secure your seat down. You don't have to do that. Typically, it's just a Phillips head screw that comes with it, but I elected to put these on before doing this, so this makes it really easy to take the seat off. So, after taking off the seat, unhooking this from the 2 main clasps at the top, you can see it's not gonna come off easily, not with my side saddlebag on. So, I'm gonna take this off, then we can pop off the side cover and get right to that diagnostic port. The diagnostic port that we're looking for is right underneath your main power fuse connectors. Right there with the black boot on it. So we just pull the black boot off. There's the 6-pin connector. And now we're ready to connect the access port. Now that we've got the 6-pin diagnostic port exposed from under the side cover of my Harley Sportster, all we gotta do is plug the Dynojet Power Vision into that 6-pin diagnostic port, and we can begin flashing our ECU. So to start, plug in your access port. The bike is still off right now. Nothing's been turned on, not even my ignition switch. Now, with the access port connected to the bike, we turn the key into the ignition and we make sure that the switch on your handle controls is on. We're not starting the bike, but it's not in the kill position. The ignition is actually ready to potentially be started. So let's do that. Now that the ignition is on and the kill switch is off, so the ignition is able to be started, the Dynojet Power Vision has turned on. It will, just so you know, marry this device to your motorcycle permanently. So although you can run diagnostics on a different motorcycle later, this is going to be stuck with your motorcycle. So knowing that, we can hit accept. I'm going to use one of the pre-installed off-the-shelf maps. I'm going to go to Program Vehicle. Off-road use only, of course. We're going to load a tune. Here, we're going to do one of the Dynojet pre-configured tunes, like I just said. This initial startup, the Dynojet is reading the original tune on the motorcycle, what has been calibrated for, and it is saving a copy of that. So it'll allow you to restore your original stock tune at any point down the road. And again, that's why this device will be married to this vehicle moving forward. So as you can see, it doesn't take too long. We're already at 66%. As I said, this will marry this Dynojet device to this motorcycle. Knowing that, we can accept. They're now married. Now we get to select a tune. This is where the slip of paper that I told you about becomes really important. These sets of numbers correspond to the tunes that Dynojet has pre-selected. So let me grab the sheet that I had already printed off. Looking at the sheet, we can see it's 19X074002402. That is for 2017 through 2020, model XL 1200 Sportster, high flow air cleaner, and the Vance and Hines short shot staggered. So we want to find this exact same code on the Dynojet itself. There it is right at the bottom. 19X074002402. So we can select that. And there, it even says what it is. 2017 to 2020, XL 1200 Sportster, high flow air cleaner, Vance and Hines short shot staggered. That's exactly what we've installed, so that's what we want. Continue. We'll put that in slot 1. There we go. Okay. You want to flash it. It asks you if you want to reset your learned fuel trim values. Yes, this is definitely what we want to do to reset things and calibrate it for this new high flow air cleaner and exhaust. Now it says turn key off and wait 10 seconds before turning the key back on. So let's do that. As we turn the key off, the Dynojet turns off. You can count it out: 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7 1000, 8 1000, 9 1000, 10 1000. Now we can turn the key back on. With the key back on in the ignition, the Dynojet turns right back on. Power Vision. Now that we've got the ECU flashed, the bike's ready to hit the road. We installed the high flow air intake, we installed the Vance and Hines short shots exhaust, we tuned the ECU. Those are the only 3 things you need to do for a stage 1 install. Until you start getting into your cams and go in stage 2, that's it. Now for me, I'm probably gonna leave it here for a while, at least a little while, as it being a 1200 and not an 883. I definitely have more horses, more torque than those smaller engines. I don't necessarily have the need, I think, to go cams yet. God knows I'm gonna do it, it's just a matter of when. I'll probably go for the lower end torque cams on this, just that way I can keep it in a lower RPM range and still have all the get up and go that I want. Furthermore, I'm a small, light dude, 5'7", about $150. So bikes like this aren't underpowered for me. I'm not some big 6-foot guy weighing 250 or anything like that. I'm like small jockey size. So it allows me to really rip around on motorcycles and just have a hell of a time enjoying the horsepower and the torque from it. So again, we're done with the stage 1 install. Now, unfortunately, this is also going to be probably the last bike video I do, at least for a little bit. I'm going to Hot Import Nights in Portland, Oregon on December 3rd, so my 2015 Subaru STI, it's coming up next. I have coilover set to come for it, some body moldings to come for it. I'm gonna do some paint reworking on it, as well as a short shifter install and some additional things. So if you're into imports, if you're into Subarus, STIs, like I am, those videos are gonna be coming up next. And there's gonna be a lot of other videos as well. Got a 68 Camaro that has been restored in the past that I'm gonna do some more work to. Got the new Jeep Gladiator that again we're gonna do some more work to. And I have a 2014 Triumph Street Triple 675R that has a box full of parts, as well as a nice seat cover from Louis Moto that I'm gonna be installing as well. So there's gonna be a whole kit and caboodle of modifications coming on a whole host of different vehicles and a lot of content to come with it. So thanks for supporting me, sticking around, and hopefully I could show you guys something that you didn't already know, or at least give you a little bit more confidence to do these sort of modifications. A lot of times, I don't really know what I'm doing either. I'll go check something out on YouTube or check something else out to make sure I understand the details. I did grow up in a shop doing a lot of this sort of work, so I'm comfortable around engines and I know how to use tools, but a lot of this stuff doesn't come with instructions, or the instructions are a little shaky. So you just gotta figure it out and sometimes learn from other people's mistakes. Thankfully, I didn't make any mistakes this time, but again, I hope I taught you something and there's something to learn. So until then, thanks for watching my channel and stay driven out there.